The ruined alien starship floated in silence above the dead moon. Its twisted metal hull was scarred by energy fire, blackened where plasma had burned through. From the outside, it looked like a corpse drifting in space. But inside, something still lived. Captain Raylan's boots echoed against the floor as he moved deeper through the wreck. The air smelled of burnt circuits and cold iron. Sparks jumped from broken control panels, lighting the dark corridor for only a moment before fading again. His rifle was slung across his back, but he did not reach for it. The silence pressed down on him like a heavy weight. He should have stayed with his squad. But when the scanners picked up faint energy inside, he volunteered to investigate alone. Orders had told him only to survey, but Raylan felt something pulling him, guiding him deeper into the ship. Every step made his heart beat louder in his ears. Then he heard it. At first, he thought it was just the groaning of the broken hull. But no, the sound was too soft, too human. It was a voice, a whisper. "Help me." Raylan froze, his hand going instinctively to his sidearm. His eyes scanned the shadows, but no enemy appeared. The whisper came again, weak and trembling. His pulse quickened. Someone was alive in here. He followed the sound until he reached a sealed chamber door. Strange alien carvings glowed faint blue across its surface, pulsing like veins under skin. Raylan hesitated. The door felt alive. He pressed his hand against it and shivered. The metal was warm, almost like touching flesh. With a hiss, the door opened. The chamber inside glowed faintly with pale light. At the far wall, half buried in wreckage, was a figure. Raylan's breath caught. It was a woman, or at least something that looked close enough. Her armor was shattered, her chest plate cracked open, revealing smooth, pale skin that glowed faintly from beneath. Strange veins of light pulsed across her arms, as if energy itself ran through her blood. Her hair spilled across the floor like strands of silver silk, shimmering in the dim light. Her face was delicate, beautiful in a way that felt unreal. She had high cheekbones, soft lips, and eyes half closed with pain. When they opened, Raylan froze. Her eyes glowed faintly, not with reflection but with their own light, golden and unearthly. "Human," she whispered. Her voice was soft, musical, filled with weakness. Raylan stepped closer, his training warning him to be cautious, but his heart overruled his mind. He knelt beside her, brushing away shards of metal. "Easy. I'll help you," he said gently. Her lips trembled. She reached up with a shaking hand, trying to push him away. "No, you must not." Raylan frowned. "You're hurt. Let me stop the bleeding." He pulled his medkit from his belt and reached for her arm. That was when he smelled it. At first it was faint, almost hidden under the stench of burnt metal. But then it grew stronger. The sharp metallic tang of blood, but not human blood. This blood shimmered where it touched the floor, glowing faintly like liquid fire. And its scent, it was unlike anything Raylan had ever known. Sweet, rich, pulling at something primal inside him. He swallowed hard. His throat tightened. His body trembled. The scent wrapped around his mind, whispering to him like a forbidden promise. The alien woman saw the hunger in his eyes. Her expression shifted from pain to terror. She tried to pull back, her voice breaking into a scream. "That's my blood, human. Stop drinking." Raylan froze, horrified by the thought. But even as he tried to back away, he realized his lips were dangerously close to her glowing wound. His hands shook. He told himself to stop, to look away, but the scent pressed deeper, drowning his reason. Her glowing blood dripped slowly from her wound. Each drop sent a shock through his body. His stomach clenched. His mind screamed against the urge, but his body betrayed him. He leaned down. His lips touched her wound. The taste was fire, pure fire. His mouth burned. His veins erupted with lightning. He gasped against her skin, but instead of pulling back, he drank again. The blood was sweet and electric, filling his chest with raw power. The alien princess screamed again, tears streaking her glowing cheeks. She tried to push him away, her hand striking weakly against his chest. "No, you don't understand. My blood is forbidden. It will kill you." But Raylan could not stop. He felt alive in a way he had never known. Every nerve sang. His muscles trembled with sudden strength. His vision blurred into strange flashes. He saw stars exploding in the black. He saw worlds burning. He saw armies clashing in endless war. Then he fell back, choking. His chest rose and fell in ragged gasps. His body glowed faintly. His veins now pulsed with the same light as hers. His eyes burned as strange energy filled them. The alien princess crawled toward him, clutching her chest. Her glowing hand pressed against his armor. Her eyes were wide with horror. "You fool," she whispered. "You've taken what no human should ever taste. Now they will come for us. Now the galaxy will hunt you and me." Raylan tried to speak, but only gasps escaped him. His body trembled with strength and fear. He looked at her, this alien who hated what he'd done, and realized two truths. 1, he had broken a sacred law of her kind. 2, he was no longer only human. Something else had awoken inside him. The ruined ship groaned, its silence returning. But inside both of them, a storm had already begun. And far beyond, in the dark void of space, something ancient stirred at the scent of forbidden blood. The chamber was still, but inside Captain Raylan's body, chaos raged. His chest heaved as if his lungs could not keep up with the storm inside him. Every vein glowed faintly, pulsing with a light that was not human. His hands trembled, his fingertips sparking faint blue, like the hum of alien machinery. He pressed his palms against the cold floor, struggling to breathe. Sweat ran down his forehead. His heart pounded faster than it ever had in battle. It felt like his own blood had caught fire. The alien princess knelt beside him. Her silver hair framed her pale, glowing face. Her voice shook as she spoke, both with weakness and fury. "You don't understand what you've done. My blood is not food. It is not medicine. It is a curse for anyone outside my kind." Raylan tried to answer, but only coughed. His throat burned with heat. His voice was raw when he finally forced words out. I couldn't stop. It was like it called to me. What is happening to me?" Her glowing hand hovered near his chest, not touching, but close enough that he felt warmth radiating from her. She studied him with wide golden eyes. "You should be dead already. A human body cannot survive it. My blood destroys. It poisons. Yet," her voice lowered, "you live." Raylan's body spasmed. A vision flashed across his mind. He saw a dark battlefield on an alien world, skies torn apart by fire. Armies clashed with weapons of energy he had never seen before. And through the chaos he saw her, the same princess, standing tall with fire in her eyes, leading her people. Then the vision shattered, leaving him gasping on the floor. He stared at her. "I saw something. A war. You. How?" She recoiled, shaking her head. "No, that is impossible. My blood carries memory, but only my people can survive it. You're not supposed to see." Her fear was plain now. Not fear of dying, but fear of him. Raylan forced himself upright, leaning against the cracked wall. His strength returned in waves, unnatural and sharp. His hearing picked up the faint hum of power flowing through the wrecked ship. His eyes could see details he never noticed before. Tiny sparks floating like dust in the air, the shimmer of energy lines running through the walls. The alien princess grabbed his wrist suddenly, her grip surprisingly strong despite her weakened body. "Listen to me, human. What you took from me is forbidden. My blood is the lifeline of my people, the mark of my royal house. If others know you tasted it," her eyes darkened, "they will not forgive. They will kill you, and they will kill me for letting it happen." Raylan clenched his jaw. His instincts as a soldier screamed at him to push down his fear, to think like a fighter. "Then tell me what I need to do." Before she could answer, the ship shook. A low rumble echoed to the corridor outside. Dust and broken metal rained down from the ceiling. The princess's face went pale. She looked toward the sealed door, her lips parting in dread. "They are here." Raylan pulled his rifle from his back, adrenaline surging. "Who's here?" Her voice was a whisper now, but it carried the weight of terror. "The hunters. My people's enforcers. They can smell what you've done. They will not stop until your body is ash." The door hissed, metal scraping. Faint footsteps echoed outside. Heavy, measured, unnatural. Raylan felt his new senses flare. The sound was sharp in his ears. He could hear the rhythm of armored boots. 3, 4, no, 5 figures moving. His heart beat faster, but not only with fear. There was a new fire in his blood. His hands no longer shook with weakness, but with raw energy. His rifle felt lighter, his vision clearer. The princess clutched his arm, desperation in her glowing eyes. You cannot fight them. Not yet. We must escape. Raylan glanced at her, then back at the door as it began to crack open. Shadows of armored figures appeared in the gap, their glowing eyes scanning the chamber. I don't run, he said quietly. The princess shook her head fiercely. If you stay, you die. And if you die, then everything I bled for, everything I am, is lost. The door burst open. 5 alien warriors stepped inside, taller than Raylan, their armor black and gleaming with shifting patterns of light. Their faces were covered by masks etched with strange glowing symbols. In their hands they carried long weapons that hummed with deadly energy. One of them raised his weapon, pointing directly at Raylan. His voice was deep and cold, like a judge passing sentence. You drank the blood of the royal line. Human, your death will be slow. Raylan tightened his grip on the rifle. The fire inside him answered, pushing against his fear. He knew he should not be able to stand against them, but with the alien blood burning in his veins, he felt like he could fight an army. He looked at the princess one last time. Her golden eyes begged him to flee, but Raylan lifted his rifle, his voice steady. Then come and try. The hunters stepped forward, their weapons glowing brighter. The chamber filled with the tension of death about to strike. And in that moment, Raylan realized the forbidden blood was not only changing his body, it was changing his fate. The chamber exploded with sound as the hunters opened fire. Beams of blue energy ripped through the air, scorching the walls. The metallic floor glowed red where the blast struck. Raylan dived sideways, rolling behind a broken console. The air crackled with heat above his head. His instincts screamed at him to stay low, but something inside him pushed for more, an energy that begged to be released. The alien princess cried out, ducking behind a collapsed pillar. Her golden eyes flashed with fear and fury. You cannot fight them, she shouted over the thunder of weapons. They are bred to kill my kind, and now you carry my blood. Raylan peeked out, his rifle ready. He squeezed the trigger. Bullets tore across the chamber, striking one hunter in the chest. The aliens staggered but did not fall. Their armor shimmered with protective field that bent around the side. Damn, Raylan muttered. His rifle felt like a toy against their tech. The hunters advanced in perfect formation, their steps heavy and slow, like predators closing in on prey. One of them raised his weapon again, the humming sound growing to a sharp whine. Raylan felt the blast coming even before it fired. His body moved on its own, faster than it ever had. He threw himself aside a heartbeat before the wall behind him exploded in fire. His pulse hammered. That wasn't luck. He had felt the shot before it came. Another hunter aimed at the princess. Her scream echoed through the chamber. Without thinking, Raylan surged forward. His boots struck the ground with unnatural force, and in one leap, he crossed the distance. He slammed into the alien warrior with more power than any human should possess. The impact sent the armored figure crashing into the wall, metal bending from the force. Raylan staggered back, stunned by what he had just done. His veins glowed brighter, his breath hot in his chest. He felt the blood burning, but it no longer weakened him. It gave him strength. The hunters hissed in unison. One pointed at Raylan. The human is corrupted. Kill him first. They opened fire again. Beams of energy streaked toward him. Raylan lifted his arm to shield his face, then gasped. The first shot struck his forearm. Instead of burning flesh, it deflected, as though his skin carried a shield of its own. Sparks danced across his glowing veins. His eyes widened. He felt no pain. The princess stared at him in disbelief. No, it cannot be. You should not have survived even a drop. Yet you carry it fully. Raylan didn't have time to think. He rushed forward, weaving between blasts with movements faster than he thought possible. He grabbed the nearest hunter by the wrist and twisted. Bones snapped beneath his grip. With a roar, he tore the weapon free and turned it against him. The alien weapon hummed in his hands, alive and hot. He fired, and a beam of energy cut through one hunter's chest plate, sending the body crashing to the ground. For the first time, the others faltered. The princess shouted, her voice breaking through the chaos. "Do not kill them all. If their blood mixes with yours, it will drive you mad." But Raylan was already lost in the storm. His blood sang, his vision sharpened. Every movement of the hunter seemed slow, predictable. He struck, blocked, and fired with brutal precision. Another hunter fell, armor smoking. The last two hesitated, their glowing masks turning toward each other. One spoke in a cold, metallic tone. "The human is no longer human. He is abomination." Raylan leveled the weapon at them, his chest rising and falling with ragged breaths. "Abomination or not, I'm still standing." Before they could fire, the princess raised her hand. A wave of golden light burst from her palm, slamming into the hunters and throwing them back through the door. The energy crackled across the walls, leaving the chamber shaking. Raylan turned to her, stunned. She swayed on her feet, nearly collapsing from the effort. He rushed to catch her, steadying her with his glowing hands. Her eyes met his, trembling with both awe and terror. "You should not exist. My blood destroys, but in you it awakens." Raylan's jaw tightened. He looked at the fallen hunters, their bodies smoldering in the wreckage. "Then maybe your blood chose me." The princess shook her head fiercely. "No, blood does not choose. Blood only binds. And now you are bound to me and to my enemies." The chamber lights flickered. Raylan heard distant echoes, more footsteps, more hunters boarding the wreck. His new senses warned him. This was only the beginning. He looked at the princess. Her face was pale, but her eyes still burned with strength. He helped her to her feet. "Then we need to move. Where's the way out?" She hesitated, then pointed deeper into the ship. "There's an escape vessel hidden below. But we must reach it before they do. If they capture us, they will drain you until nothing remains." Raylan gripped the alien weapon tighter. His veins still glowed, his heart still burned. The forbidden blood inside him pulsed with every step. He nodded. "Then let's run." The princess leaned against him, her body trembling but her voice firm. "Human, if you keep drinking my blood, you will lose yourself. Do you understand?" Raylan met her gaze. His voice was steady. "Then I'll fight to keep myself. But I won't regret saving you." Her eyes softened for the briefest moment, but then hardened again as the sound of pursuit grew louder. Together, they turned toward the darkness of the ship's lower decks. Behind them, the hunters stirred. The survivors rose from the ground, armor sparking, eyes glowing brighter. One hissed a vow that echoed through the wreck. The blood-bonded human will not escape. And in the shadows of the ship, something far older than hunters stirred. Something that had been waiting for the return of forbidden blood. The chamber walls glowed faint blue, casting long shadows across the stone floor. Marcus stood, his body shaking, his mind trapped between hunger and guilt. His lips still carried the warmth of the princess's blood. He had never tasted anything so powerful, so alive. Every beat of his heart echoed with strange energy, almost like her blood was rewriting his body. The princess Elira pressed her glowing wound, her eyes wide with both fear and fury. "You fool," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Do you even understand what you've done?" Marcus couldn't answer. His chest felt heavy, as if something inside was awakening. His eyes flickered, vision shifting between the real world and flashes of burning stars, alien skies, and voices that did not belong to humans. He stumbled back, gasping. Why does it feel like this?" he asked, clutching his head. Elira stepped forward, her face pale but still beautiful in the strange light. "Because my blood is not like yours. It is the blood of the royal line, a bond that no human should ever touch. You were not meant to drink it." Her words cut through the air like knives, but Marcus only shook his head. "I couldn't stop. Something inside me wanted it, needed it." Her anger softened into something else, fear. She looked into his eyes, and for the first time, Marcus noticed that hers were shimmering with tears. If the others find out what you did, they will not kill only you. They will destroy me too. Do you understand? You have tied us together in a way that cannot be undone. Marcus's breath caught in his throat. Tied together? What do you mean? Elira leaned closer, whispering as if the walls themselves could be listening. The blood of my kind carries a bond. If it touches another's body, it creates a connection. You will feel my thoughts, my fears, even my pain. And I will feel yours. You and I are linked now. Forever. He stumbled backward again, his chest heaving. That's impossible. But even as he spoke, he felt it. A sharp pang of sorrow that was not his own. A whisper of memory. Elira as a child, standing before a throne, her mother's crown glowing above. It was inside his mind, as if it belonged to him. He gasped, clutching his chest. Elira's eyes widened. You felt it, didn't you? Marcus nodded, unable to speak. For a long moment, silence filled the chamber. Then a low rumble shook the ground. The heavy stone doors at the far end began to move, opening with a grinding sound. Elira's head snapped up, panic flashing across her face. They are coming, she hissed. The royal guards. Marcus swallowed hard. They can't know what happened. No, Elira whispered. Her voice carried both dread and urgency. If they see your eyes, if they feel the bond in you, they will know at once. And they will kill us both. The doors opened fully, and 3 tall figures entered, clad in black armor that shimmered with alien technology. Their helmets covered their faces, but their voices were sharp and cold. Princess, one said. We felt the surge of energy. What happened here? Elira straightened, hiding her trembling hands behind her long robes. She forced a calm smile. It was nothing. A ritual. The human was simply part of it. The guards' glowing visors turned toward Marcus. He felt their gaze like burning heat against his skin. One of them stepped closer, his armored boots echoing in the chamber. A ritual? The guard asked. Strange. The energy felt forbidden. Elira's voice hardened. Do you dare question your princess? The guard hesitated, then bowed his head. Forgive me, but the High Queen will hear this. Marcus's heart froze. The Queen, if she learned what had happened, there would be no hiding it. When the guards left, the heavy doors closing behind them, Marcus turned to Elira. His voice was low, urgent. Why protect me? Why lie for me? Her eyes softened, glowing faintly in the blue light. Because it is already too late. Our fates are tied, Marcus. If they kill you, I will die too. My blood chose you. That bond cannot be broken. The room fell silent again, except for the beating of their hearts. 2 rhythms, but strangely in sync. Marcus stepped closer, his voice shaking. So what happens now? Elira looked at him with a strange sadness, almost like a confession. Now, human, we both walk into danger together. The Queen will not forgive what has been done. And soon, the entire empire will know of our forbidden bond. Outside the chamber, the sound of horns filled the air. A signal. The Queen was summoning them. And deep inside, Marcus felt something burning. An energy not his own. A fire that whispered of power, blood, and destiny. The forbidden taste had only just begun its curse. The horns echoed through the palace, each note sharp like a blade. Marcus felt the sound vibrate in his bones. But worse than the horns was a feeling inside his chest. It wasn't only fear. It was Elira's fear, too. Their bond pulsed with every beat, reminding him that her life was tied to his. Elira stood tall beside him, but he could sense the storm raging inside her. Her hands trembled, hidden in her long sleeves, though her face remained calm. She whispered quickly, her voice low enough only for him. Listen to me, Marcus. When we stand before the Queen, you must not speak of the blood. Do you understand? If she knows what happened, she will kill us both before you take your next breath. Marcus swallowed hard. But what if she feels that this connection between us? Elira shook her head. I will try to shield it, but you must stay strong. Do not think of what you saw. Do not think of my blood. The palace doors opened before them with a slow, heavy groan. Beyond lay a massive hall, its ceiling so high it disappeared into shadows. Black stone columns lined the path, each one carved with glowing alien runes. At the far end, upon a throne of crystal and light, sat the High Queen. She was tall, regal, and terrifyingly beautiful. Her skin shimmered silver blue, and her eyes glowed like molten stars. A crown of living light floated above her head, shifting in shape like it was alive. The air itself bent around her presence, heavy and sharp. When her gaze fell upon Marcus, he felt his knees weaken. It was not only fear. It was as if she could peel his soul open with her eyes. "Bring them forward," the Queen commanded. Her voice was soft, yet it shook the hall like thunder. The guards pushed Marcus and Elira closer to the throne. The Queen leaned forward, her glowing eyes moving between them. "My daughter," she said slowly, her tone carrying suspicion. There was a surge of royal blood energy. "My guards reported it." "Explain." Elira bowed deeply, her voice steady, but Marcus could feel her racing heart. "It was a ritual, Mother. I wished to test a human's courage. Nothing more." The Queen's eyes narrowed. She rose from her throne, her gown flowing like liquid light across the floor. She stopped in front of Marcus, towering over him. She studied his face for a long moment. Then she spoke, each word dripping with suspicion. "A ritual, you say? Then why does this human carry the scent of our blood?" Marcus froze. His breath caught in his throat. Elira quickly stepped forward, her voice sharp. "Because I marked him with a blessing, to honor his loyalty. That is all." The Queen tilted her head, her glowing eyes locking onto Marcus again. He felt his mind burning under her stare. For a brief second, he saw flashes, her memories, her throne, her wars, her grief. It was as if her power was trying to tear through him and see everything inside. And then her eyes widened. She felt something. Marcus staggered, clutching his chest. He could feel the bond between himself and Elira pulse violently. Elira gasped and grabbed his arm, trying to steady him. The Queen's voice dropped to a whisper, but it carried like a storm. "No, it cannot be the bond." The hall fell into silence. Even the guards froze. Elira's eyes widened in fear. "Mother, please." The Queen's face twisted in rage. Her voice thundered across the hall. "You allowed a human to drink the royal blood?" Marcus flinched at her words. There was no hiding it now. The truth was laid bare. The guards drew their weapons, long spears that glowed with deadly energy. They surrounded Marcus in an instant, their armor hissing with power. Elira stepped in front of him, her arms spread wide. "Stop. If you kill him, you kill me too. The bond is complete. Do you wish to destroy your own daughter?" The Queen's eyes blazed with fury. "Foolish girl, do you realize what you've done? You have cursed yourself. You have cursed our bloodline. A human cannot hold the royal bond. It will bring ruin upon us all." Marcus's chest burned. The Queen's words cut deep, but another feeling rose inside him. Anger. His fist tightened. He had not asked for this. He had not chosen to drink her blood. Yet something inside him told him it was not a curse. It was power. He stepped forward, his voice steady though his heart raced. "I didn't ask for this, but now it's inside me, and whether you call it curse or gift, I won't let you take it from me." The Queen's gaze snapped to him, her fury turning into cold fire. "Then you will learn, human, what it means to defy the throne." She raised her hand. The entire hall shook. The runes on the walls blazed with light, and the floor cracked under her power. The guards tightened their grip on their weapons, ready to strike. Elira clutched Marcus's hand. Her voice was urgent, trembling. "Run. If you stay here, she will kill you, and I cannot stop her." But Marcus could feel it, the forbidden blood inside him, whispering, roaring. He no longer wanted to run. He wanted to fight. The throne hall trembled like an earthquake. Cracks split across the black stone floor, glowing with strange blue light. The High Queen stood tall, her hand raised, her eyes blazing with fury. Her voice echoed like thunder. "You dare defy me, human? You dare touch what is sacred?" Marcus's body shook, but not with fear. His blood, her blood, was burning inside him, rushing through his veins like fire. He could hear 2 heartbeats in his chest, his and Elira's, thundering as one. The bond screamed for release. The guards moved first. They lunged forward, their spears glowing with deadly energy. The tips crackled like lightning as they aimed from Marcus's chest. But before the blades could strike, Marcus raised his hand without thinking. A wave of raw energy exploded outward, knocking the guards back like rag dolls. Their armor sparked as they crashed against the stone pillars. The hall fell silent for a breath. Everyone stared. Even Marcus himself froze, staring at his own trembling hand. His skin glowed faintly blue, the same glow as Elira's wound had carried. Elira gasped, clutching her chest. She could feel it too, the blood answering to him. Her voice trembled. It's starting. The bond, it's giving him power. The queen's eyes narrowed, her fury colder now, sharper. She stepped down from the throne, each step sending ripples of light across the floor. You cannot control it, human. It will consume you. You are nothing but a vessel of chaos. Marcus gritted his teeth. His voice came out deeper, stronger. Maybe, but I won't let you kill me. I won't let you kill her. The queen raised her hand, and a spear of pure energy formed in the air, sharp and deadly. With a swift motion, she hurled it at Marcus. The weapon streaked across the hall like a burning comet. Time slowed. Marcus felt Elira's terror crash into him through the bond. He raised both hands, desperate, and the blood responded. A shield of shimmering light burst forth, catching the spear midair. The weapon shattered into sparks before it could touch him. The guards whispered in shock. Even Elira's breath caught. The queen, however, only grew more furious. Impossible. No human should carry the blood bond with such strength. Marcus stood straighter, the glow in his eyes growing brighter. Then, maybe I'm not just a human anymore. He charged forward. Energy roared around him, crackling with blue fire. The queen raised her hand again, summoning a storm of power that crashed down like lightning. Pillars shattered, the air itself bent, but Marcus pushed through it. Each step felt like he was breaking chains he hadn't even known he carried. The guards tried again to strike, but Marcus swung his arm wide, sending a wave of force that knocked them all to the ground. His power moved like it had a will of its own, wild but alive. Finally, he reached the queen. He raised his fist, glowing with energy, ready to strike. But before he could, her hand shot out, catching him by the throat. The world went dark for a moment. Her strength was overwhelming. He felt his lungs burn, his body weaken. The glow in his eyes flickered. The queen's voice was like fire in his ears. You are a mistake, a disease in my bloodline, and I will cut you out. Marcus clawed at her hand, gasping for air. His vision blurred until he felt Elira. Not her voice, not her face, her soul. The bond flared to life again, stronger than ever. Her thoughts flooded into him. Don't give up. You are not alone. Fight for both of us. Marcus roared. The glow in his body burst into flames of light, brighter than before. The queen's grip faltered as energy surged from his chest, forcing her back. He landed on the floor, coughing, but he did not fall. He stood tall, his eyes burning like stars. For the first time, the queen stepped back. The hall shook violently as cracks spread across the throne. The very palace seemed to resist Marcus's awakening power. Elira ran to his side, her eyes wide with both fear and awe. Marcus, you're changing. The blood, it's making you into something else. Marcus clenched his fists, the glow still swirling around him. His voice was low but steady. I don't know what I'm becoming, but I know this. I will protect you, even if it means fighting your own mother. The queen's eyes burned with cold hatred. She raised both arms, summoning a storm of light and shadow. The hall filled with blinding power. Then prepare, human, she said, her voice shaking the stones themselves. For your end. The storm erupted. The throne hall became a battlefield of light and shadow. Energy stormed across the room, tearing through the stone pillars and shaking the palace walls. The High Queen unleashed her full power, her voice booming like thunder, her eyes burning like twin suns. Marcus stood in the center of the chaos, his body glowing with the forbidden blood. Sparks danced from his hands, his veins burning blue fire. He felt Elira's heart beating inside his own chest, her fear mixing with his courage. The Queen's storm struck him again and again, bolts of raw energy slamming into his shield. His body trembled under the weight of it, but he refused to fall. Each strike fed the fire inside him, making him stronger. Elira's voice echoed to the bond, not spoken but felt. Marcus, if you keep fighting like this, the power will consume you. The blood is too strong. Marcus gritted his teeth. His voice roared across the hall. If it consumes me, then so be it, but I'll take her down first. He charged forward through the storm, every step shattering stone under his feet. His fists blazed with light as he swung at the Queen. Their powers collided, exploding in a shock wave that shattered the throne behind her. The entire hall shook as if the world itself would break. The Queen staggered, but her fury only grew. She raised both arms, summoning a spear of pure starlight. It glowed brighter than anything Marcus had ever seen. This ends now, she screamed. She hurled the spear with all her might. Marcus lifted both hands, and the blood bond surged. A shield of energy formed, but it cracked under the spear's force. Pain shot through him like fire, and he dropped to one knee. The shield was breaking. Elira cried out, rushing forward. She fell beside Marcus, wrapping her arms around him. Her tears burned his skin as she whispered, "Then let us fight together." The bond flared. For the first time, Elira opened herself fully to it. Memories, emotions, and power flooded into Marcus. He saw her childhood, her loneliness, her secret longing for freedom. She felt his pain, his stubborn will, his human heart that refused to surrender. Their souls became one. Marcus stood no longer alone. The light inside him blazed brighter, stronger, steadier. His eyes glowed with twin flames, one human, one alien. The spear of starlight shattered against her joined power, exploding harmlessly into sparks. The Queen's eyes widened in shock. No, this is impossible. Marcus raised his hands, and with Elira's strength inside him, unleashed a wave of energy that swept across the hall. The Queen was thrown back, crashing against her shattered throne. The storm around her collapsed, leaving silence behind. The hall was broken, filled with smoke and ruin. The guards lay stunned on the ground, too afraid to rise. The Queen struggled to stand, her crown flickering, her power weakened. She glared at them, her voice bitter with rage. "You have doomed us all. A human cannot carry the bond. It will destroy him. And when he falls, so will you." Marcus stood tall, holding Elira's hand. His voice was calm, steady. "Maybe you're right. Maybe this power will kill me. But until that day comes, I will use it to protect her. I will not let you control her life anymore." Elira stepped forward, her eyes shining with tears, but also pride. "Mother, I am not your weapon. I am not your crown. I am more than your bloodline. And if this bond is my curse, then it is one I accept." The Queen's fury broke into silence. She looked at her daughter, then at Marcus, and for a brief moment, her eyes softened with something like sorrow, but it vanished as quickly as it came. "You will regret this," she whispered. Then her body dissolved into light, vanishing into the air. The throne hall grew quiet. The storm was over. Marcus and Elira stood together in the ruins, their hands still linked, their hearts beating as one. The bond pulsed inside them, alive and dangerous, but also strangely beautiful. Marcus looked into her glowing eyes and whispered, "Whatever happens next, we face it together." Elira smiled through her tears. Together. Outside, the horns of the Empire blew again, not in warning, but in fear. Word of the forbidden bond was already spreading. Armies would come, worlds would tremble, and the future was uncertain. But for now, in the silence of the broken hall, the human and the alien princess stood side by side, bound by blood, by fate, and by a love that defied every law of their worlds. And so their story had only just begun.